Christian Martinez, am I in your head? You playing mind games with me?
If you are, it's okay, because I like to play games too.
I'm all about mind games. Welcome back, everyone, to round, what are we, 9?
Round 9?
10. Holy smokes. Round 10 of RMFantasy season is flying by. I am Chase.
I'm Christian.
We are the RMFantasy. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the show, welcome. We come to you the day before each and every race live right here on YouTube to give you stats on racers, and we talk about tracks. We do some bench racing. Christian and I prove ourselves wrong a lot.
John Borick's already hitting you up. Should have listened to your sign last week.
I put Tomac in second.
Hey, we're human too.
Well, he was third overall qualifying. I was like, all right, maybe not first, but second feels good. And what does he do? Hey, unicorns are real, and so are whole shots for Tomac.
It takes a strong person to admit when you were wrong.
I was wrong.
As big as him.
It takes a strong person.
But anyway, look, it was a fun night of racing. Anyway, getting back on track. We come to you before each race. We give you stats on riders, tracks. We bench race. We love it. RMFantasySX.com is where you sign up. If you're watching this and you haven't been playing all year, it's no big deal. You can still go to the website, create a free account, put your email, password, you make it. All you do for fantasy is make your top 5 picks before the race and a wild card. Christian and I are here to help you make those picks, and then you just enjoy Supercross, and it's way more fun.
I almost suggest watch Supercross 1 week without playing fantasy, then sign up and watch it the next.
Yeah,
see how much more you're into.
There's nothing at stake.
How much more fun you're having. Look, we got to check in on old Ben here. If you want to see what fantasy will do to you, a couple weeks or rounds ago, he's freaking out at the TV.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which, speaking of that, we got other fans. Can we just get right into your boys' trophy that they sent us?
Yeah, we got a picture of that. We have a group.
Auburn SX Series, a bunch of dudes that take it seriously.
This is a trophy that they make that gets passed on to the winner each and every year for their fantasy group. I don't know. If you have a group, you got to do something like this.
That. Seth sent it in. I think that thing needs to be in some type of museum. Look at it go.
It's sweet. If you have a group, something like that is fun. For fantasy football, people do like rings or whatever it is. Didn't you win a fantasy football thing one time?
I got 2 championship rings.
You got some rings sitting in a little shelf.
Yeah, our
with
boy
a little
Vinny,
fancy light on it.
Our boy Vinny built a piston fantasy trophy for our group one year too.
Ooh, look at that. MM says he bets cash. I like it. Nothing like putting some money in the pot. But look.
Money's cool. It comes and goes. Trophies are forever.
Yeah.
Is all I'm going to say.
But look, if you haven't played yet, top 5 picks and a wild card. We give away over $100,000 in prizes throughout the year, including top 10 grand prizes, 2 race prep dirt bikes, a lot of other great prizes, and we give away 100 weekly prizes. So, and weekly prizes you can win at any time. Doesn't matter when you sign up. So get on it. If you have friends and family that haven't signed up yet,
it's just
you're doing a disservice.
It's so easy to play.
Yeah. All right. Enough trying to plug fantasy here. Let's talk about some races, some recaps here. Your results from Daytona. Eli Tomac.
We should have known. 5th
win in 6 years.
Second
I did not listen to my very own sign last week.
I just love how you're taking all the blame because I didn't pick him either, and I'm somehow off the hook, so I'm fine with it.
You know what? But look. Webb was 2nd. Plessinger 3rd. We're going to talk about him. That was a really strong ride. Roczen 4th. Stewart 5th. Strong night for the Star Racing guys. Yeah. And then Dean Wilson coming in with 10th for the wild card. But let's look at this lap chart real quick.
Yeah, let's take a peek.
Because this you will not see very often when there is a green line across the top with Tomac's name on it.
Yeah, didn't even have to
But look, I'm not trying to take away from Tomac's win here. However, he got some help from Cooper Webb because on that start, Webb pushed Roczen wide, and I think that allowed Tomac to sneak up the inside. I think Tomac would have come away with probably maybe a top 5 start, but
I don't think it would have hurt him
Webb certainly helped. Webb allowed him to get the whole shot here.
What are your thoughts on it?
Nothing. I'm just saying, look at the start. Webb pushes Roczen totally wide. Tomac does not have that great of a jump.
Look at Barcia sneak that whole shot.
Yeah. So right there, Webb pushes him out, and Tomac's got a wide open turn to go right there for first.
It made for a nice interview from Roczen afterwards.
Yeah. Comment below. What do you guys think about that? Personally, I think Webb did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. If you're a racer, if your number one contender right now, or if your number one rival is right next to you on a start straight, and you have the chance to push him wide to gain an advantage and get a better position, then you're going to do it. Roczen would do the same freaking thing if he should.
I like Roczen. I like all these guys.
Yeah.
But my point is, he got mad at Wilson and said, put yourself in my shoes. Okay, well, put yourself in Webb's shoes. If you didn't do that, you should have.
Right. Like Robert Brown says, Robert Brown says Webb's a smart racer. Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't
Thank you?
Why wouldn't you do that?
Love that Webb is taking the gloves off with Kenny. No, it's like, and if you're Roczen in that podium, he's talking about how, if he wants to play games and if he wants to do this, I'm thinking, Ken, what are you talking about here? Like,
I'm just saying.
I understand Kenny's upset. Webb would probably be a little upset if Kenny did it to him. But it's like, these aren't playing games. These aren't mind games. Cooper's just simply trying to get an advantage.
He knows what he's doing, but he's not going to admit it because he knows it's in your head.
But it's not games. Playing mind games or whatever is when Cooper Webb is on the starting line like last year and asks if Kenny and Tomac are ready for an effing battle.
Or writing on his pit board the red plate.
The red plate. Like, those are mind games. This is just race strategy. But look.
Is he in his head?
Is he in his head? We got to pull up there. To vote, just put vote, ! Yes or no.
The only way I can put it is if Roczen would have got up there and said, he's trying to play mind games, trying to get in my head, but he's not, and then moved on to a new topic, I would have believed it. But when you go on for like 5 minutes to try to justify that he's not in your head, he's anything but he's all in your head.
Right.
Every bit of it.
John Bork says Kenny was in the heat of the moment. Sure, he's calmed down. And he probably has. I'm sure he's calmed down. But if you're Kenny, I feel like, hey, man, if Webb does something like that, because there's two things that I think can happen. You either get really mad and then you make mistakes in the race because you're fired up and you're overriding,
you get emotional.
or it fuels you to go and Kenny handled it well. He came back. If he caught Webb, he didn't get around him. But I still think, man, Webb is just so tactical.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't have to win races to beat you. He will beat you mentally. He'll wear you down at the end of the, look what he did to Plessinger.
Yeah.
He was like 4 or 5 seconds behind Aaron on the last lap.
I know.
And he comes and passes him. That's just what he does. So
he kind of reminds
that's my opinion on it.
Of like siblings, how the older sibling kind of picks at the young and acts like he's not doing what are you talking about? It's not me.
I love
he's
it though,
doing
man.
the exact same thing to Roczen.
I am ready for a battle. And Coop was just honest about it. He's like, he is complaining about it, but I'm just doing what I think I should do, kind of a thing.
I'd be more worried if he wasn't doing that. I'll just say that.
Webb wins championships because he is a tactical racer. I don't know if like Tomac or Roczen would have done what he did. And Webb is smart enough to realize I can put Roczen wide here and put him behind me.
Why would you not do it?
If you're Kenny or Tomac, you're probably like, I just want to rip a whole shot and go. Webb's thinking, I want to put myself in the best position to gain points.
Yeah. So, I call him the pit bull. He's just ruthless. He does not care. He is going to pass you and do whatever he has to do.
I like it.
And he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's not going to care what you say, what you do. He don't care.
Yeah. All right. Enough on that subject. Let's move on. Let's talk about a couple. We had a lot of highlights, but we talked a lot about that. Let's just do a couple.
It's getting us in our heads.
I love it, man. It brings the excitement,
Yeah, it does.
All right. Let's talk about some highlights here. Sexton's practice crash. Did you guys all see this on his Instagram?
You need to see it.
He was he said, you know what? This is stewable. I ride with him. Oh, jeez.
That's what happens when you got Stewart in your
Breaks
corner.
a couple teeth, like 7 or 8 stitches in his chin or in his lip. Goes on right after that to put in his fastest lap of qualifying.
Ooh.
That's why Supercross riders are gnarly. That is freaking awesome.
After that.
Oh, gosh, that was rad. What was another one for you?
Do we have the picture of the bar that Renthal posted from that? Or no?
We don't.
Okay.
Oh.
Look that up on Renthal's Instagram. That was gnarly.
Pretty sweet. How about Joey Crown, the 250 LCQ getting red flag twice?
Dude.
Crown going down really hard in that.
Crown almost took out a flagger.
I thought it was worse than what happened here because he laid there for a while just not moving, and that's like the worst feeling possible is when they're not doing that. But Man,
it was gnarly. This was like the track. The flagger was playing Joey Crown as lava to me. Like he's trying so hard to get out of his way.
Yeah. Look, two other things that to me stood out. First of all, we have to acknowledge Aaron Plessinger put on an amazing ride.
Yeah.
Congrats to him for his first podium. Josh, can we get the sound bite?
Do it for Dale. Woo!
You know, he caught and passed Cooper, and he made it look like he was supposed to be there.
I wouldn't be surprised if he yelled that as he passed him.
Yeah.
I want a mic in that
I doubt
helmet.
Aaron's watching, but Aaron, you didn't respond to my text. We want you to call in, please.
Dude, I want a mic in his helmet. Just hear what he's saying.
Do you think he's saying do it for Dale when he passes Webb right there?
I want to know what he's saying.
Do it for Dale. Woo!
He's
But
just such a good dude.
The other thing that I saw that maybe not a lot of people noticed, last highlight, is Tomac on the last lap when he comes over that triple, about jumped off the track into this tough block.
Yeah, that could have ended badly.
Dude, he was within a foot of hitting that tough block. You know he puckered right there.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
it's not a good place to be.
How's that poll going, Josh? Is Cooper Webb in Kenny's head?
So the poll's not working, but pretty much I was looking at the comments and everyone's saying yes. There's a couple no's, but pretty much it's majority of everyone thinks yes.
Did you get the Munoz flying?
Yeah.
We got to see that.
Oh, and then this was after the race was already red flagged.
Every time I see a crash in the tunnel like that, I think of Kyle Partridge.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. It's gross. All right, rider stats or player points. Let's talk about it here. Cuz Stan M, you got to have faith in Plessinger. That's how. Put him in your top 5 this week. He's on a roll. Average points was 40.26. No perfect score since round 4. What's crazy to me, a couple things, is that there was 6 riders, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 riders ahead of Plessinger that were picked to be in the top 5. That's pretty wild. If you picked Plessinger, you had a hunch.
I mean, Ferranda, Sexton, kind of surprising to me. The other ones make sense to me, but
I don't know. 71% of players got at least one pick right.
Yep.
14% got the wild card, which is pretty good.
Barcia hurt us all. 60% picked in the top 5, didn't make it.
Yeah.
You had him to win. I had him in second, so.
Well,
that sucked.
I changed it out after qualifying. I actually ended up putting Kenny to win.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and then Webb ruined it for me.
There you go. Hey,
he does.
Someone come get your mans, though. A lot of people picking riders that were out with injury.
Are they rollovers or are people really
these
picking
are actual submitted picks. 10% of people still picked AC and almost Osborne.
You know what's happening there is somebody's friend tells them who they put in the top 5, and the friend just sits there with a smirk and doesn't say anything.
That's way dirtier
You're
than anything
a
Webb
mean
would
friend if you do that to somebody. Also, cool announcement, Mike Mason. You guys know him. Legend in the freestyle MX game. He is actually going to be calling in. He still stays current. He plays fantasy. Really cool guy. So he's going to be calling in the show in about 15 or 20 minutes. So sit tight for that. It's going to be pretty good.
Yep.
But, hey, look, you guys have got 25 points. That's all I got. I was off by 1 pick with 2 riders. I had Webb for 3rd. And what does he do? He passes AP in the last straightaway. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jeez.
AP should have had that 2nd place. I mean, here's what happened. They didn't show it till after, but I don't think he knew Webb was that close.
I don't think he did, man. And then he saw him. He's like, oh, I just gave up 2nd place. But what do you do? 3rd place, man. It's still awesome. It's a podium.
Now he knows what Roczen feels like.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Track trends. We are going to Arlington.
Yep.
We got 3 races there. We got tomorrow, Tuesday race, and then a Saturday race. So make sure you get your picks in soon.
Hit that calendar reminder on the website. It only sends you 1 notification to your device 30 minutes before picks lock. I mean, it saves a lot of people every round.
Yeah, good job, John Bork, with your 67 points. That's a good round. I've only gotten better than that one time this year. As far as the track goes, look, short start straight. I just immediately all I think is not good for Eli Tomac.
No. And
just because he just seems to not be the guy that gets to jump off the gate. So I'm already like, ugh.
I kind of like Roczen here. The whoop section looks decent, so it knocks Webb down. Whether you like it or not, Roczen was gaining, reeling him in the whoops every lap.
And this is a track that it's going to be more of a hard packed dirt that's not going to, they might be jumpers, but these are whoops that are probably going to hold up. That'll be skimmers the whole night.
Yep.
So we haven't really had that yet this year, like whoops that are separators, in my opinion. If there was one thing about last week's track I wish would have been a little better is the whoops. You had a couple guys like AP that were just sitting off the back wheel and going.
Yeah.
But they didn't really separate too many guys like they typically can, you know.
I could see that.
But, so plenty of 180 turns, so I'm just hoping for good racing. let's keep our fingers crossed that we'll see, watch qualifying. We'll see, are the top 10 dudes all within a half second again. So anyway, injuries. Speaking of, like Christian just said, don't pick riders that are injured if you're making your picks. I don't know why you people are doing that.
I was shocked how many people did it last round.
Watch qualifying. Keep up on that. Watch our show because we'll announce what riders are injured, and that'll kind of help you out there because you're just missing out on free points.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
It's hard enough. Don't
Look,
take a spot away already.
Adam Cianciarulo was still out. He's got his collarbone issue. Justin Brayton, I don't know if he's going to be back or not. I haven't really heard. So
I heard that was the plan, but, you never know.
Yeah, and he's not a spoiler if he's been out for a couple rounds. Osborne's still out. By the way, we still have that Osborne jersey we're going to give away. Osborne had to switch it up a little bit, so he's actually calling in next Friday, correct?
We worked it out where he's going to call in.
Or Monday.
Yeah. He's not one of the next few rounds. Just stay tuned.
We'll announce it.
Yeah.
Christian's got that on lockdown.
We're working on it.
So, but Osborne is out. The 7 Deuce is out. And then Tickle had a hard crash late. So, again, for him, he might be a contender for the wild card spot, which is 15th. So,
I haven't heard what happened. The last clip they showed, he was laying on the ground in pain.
Look at it. Elliott says Brayton's back. So, yeah, keep an eye out. All right. Let's do a little bench racing here. We already talked about the whole Webb, Roczen thing.
Is there anyone you picked to win other than Webb or Roczen at this point?
Well, I know there's a ton of people right now picking Tomac. Josh, do we have a poll on that? Who's just going to win this weekend? Let's just ask that right away. Is Tomac going to repeat? Because typically, the hard part about this year with Tomac is that his stats aren't backing themselves up like they have in years past. Like when he goes X amount of races without winning and then comes back and wins.
Yeah.
He's only won 2 races this year, and we're 9 races deep.
Well, and that's one thing, but the other thing is he's down by
24 points.
Yeah.
He had 3 or 4 races outside the top 5. So we're seeing a sporadic Tomac. What do you guys think? Do you guys pick Tomac to win after the win in Daytona?
They hate to say it's must win, but I say it's must win.
All right, there's the poll.
You got to close that gap.
Vote. Where are you guys putting Tomac for Arlington? Because I don't know yet what to do. I'll watch qualifying. And I'm going to put him in my top 5. Gosh, man, the starts are just so awful. Anyway, look at Ken Roczen here. Let's talk about him. His last 5 finishes, 1-1, 2-4, 4, and his starts are incredible. 1-1-3, 12-7, not the greatest. But those last 3 starts have all been in the top 3. His average start of the last 2 rounds, not the greatest. He had a bad start the round before that, but his starts are good. He's won his last 7 heat races, which means he's always getting a good gate pick for the night show. Mm-hmm. I don't know. So it's either Kenny or Webb for me to go in the top spot. What are you thinking?
If you're going over Kenny's stuff, I don't know. I'm picking Kenny to win just because of his average starts. He's not going to get bad starts forever. He's going to get it back.
But look, though, he won those 3 races in a row, but then Webb won 2 in a row, Tomac's won. So because Kenny's led 90 laps, which is the most of any rider, but he hasn't led any laps in the last 3 rounds.
Well, you're only up 2 points with that. Yeah. I think after what he said on the podium, after what happened, you have to win.
You think so?
You have to win if you're Kenny, and the best way to do it, get a good start, which he knows he can do.
I wouldn't put him as you have to win because you've got 8 races left. If you're Kenny, don't put
you want to keep giving Webb momentum? You have to beat Webb at this point.
Yeah.
You have to.
He's got a little wiggle room, but we'll see. He's looking pretty good. All right.
So I'm going, or what do we have on Webb? Let's see what we have on Webb here.
Nothing but goodness here. He's got he had a better finish in Roczen in the last 3 rounds.
Yep.
His average finish is 3. Roczen's is 2.44, so they're neck and neck there.
It was way back, so he's closed it up.
Man, the 4th best average start, which is 6, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
You would think it's better than that.
Well, his first couple starts this season were bad, but it's been solid since.
Yeah. But interesting, though, Arlington last season, it was that Triple Crown, and that's where he had his big crash that took him out for a couple of races, took him out, and he didn't score very well because, luckily, that was a Triple Crown.
Yeah, it could have been way worse.
If it was just a normal race, he loses all those points, and it's a different story at the end of the year. Well, but, look, he hasn't started worse than 4th in the last 4 rounds. And if you've got Webb and Roczen, 1st and 2nd, that's the hard part is like you have Webb and Roczen right now, 1 and 2 off the start. Who would you pick to win in a one-on-one, just straight-up race? Like, Kenny, to me, has been the faster guy.
Yeah.
Just Webb, like I said, Webb is just, I think, just a little bit more tactical, a little bit smarter racer. So Tomac right now looks like more people have him 3rd.
I think Tomac,
which is good.
this track, you're going to do a lot more laps, which means you're going to go through those whoops a lot more times, which gives Roczen more of a chance to catch up, in my mind, if he's behind him in the first place.
Well, like, if you're being superstitious, Webb has won 3 of the last 4 rounds. He's qualified with an even number.
That's for the tinfoil hat, my people out there. You can't argue with him.
And he's led. He's won every race that he's led laps in, so he hasn't given up a lead once he's had it. That's a good stat to go off of. That's pretty strong.
Yeah. I mean, he's scary right now. It's close between Webb and Roczen. It's hard to pick, but just based off starting average, I'm going to go Roczen.
Really?
And the whoops section kind of sells me this round, too.
Okay,
so.
well, that's a good point there. All right. Well, all right.
What do we have on Tomac? Where are you picking him and why?
Tomac's going to be, dude, honestly, I'd probably have Tomac.
J-Law so first, William Schubin says.
Well, look, last 5 finishes are 3, 7, 5, 6, 1. So he won Daytona, but before that, he was 3 rounds in a row where he was 5th or worse. He's only won 2 races, but look at his starts, though. He hole-shotted, but then before that, he was 7, 1, 5, 9.
That's not
in this field this year. That's not doing it. That's not consistent. And if you're not starting somewhere in the top 5, I'm sorry, but you're not winning a race. You're probably not going to podium.
In no way are we saying he can't do it. We're just saying he hasn't been consistent. It's a risk. It's a risk to bet on him getting a good start.
He's won 1 heat race this year. I mean, we're talking about Eli Tomac not winning 1 heat race.
I know. If you can't get a good start
out of 9 races, you've only won 1 heat race. Yeah. That means he's not getting good starts in the heat race, and he's not getting good starts in the main.
On average, compared to all riders, he is. But if we're saying a good start is starting in front of Roczen and Webb, and he's not doing it consistently.
I don't know. I feel like I'm being really harsh on Eli, but
we love Eli. It's fantasy. It's not personal.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it though. JG has a good point here, or JG said Eli's done good there in the past, which is true. He's done well there. Look at that. Steven Taylor's got Webb, Roczen. Doesn't even have Tomac in it. Oh, yeah, he's got Tomac in 4th. Marv for 5th.
Well, look at that. Has not started in the top 5 in back-to-back rounds since rounds 16 and 17 in 2019.
That's atrocious.
That's scary. Last time he won back-to-back rounds was round 7 and 8 last season. Did win Arlington, like you said, last season with finishes of 5-1-1 in the Triple Crown. I don't know. His starts still kind of scare me.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's got him for 3rd. A couple of people have him out. It's kind of a mixed vote, so people are just as unsure as you guys, it looks like.
All right. Fair enough. All right, let's talk about spoilers.
Stats don't matter for Eli.
What?
Dalton.
Well, it's true. That's a true statement. Going off of this year's stats, you wouldn't have put him for first for Daytona other than the fact that he's won there 5 times now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Tomac's all about, like,
the stats are my safety blanket, bro. I'm not taking them off.
Okay. Tomac's about the gut, man. You just, you pick with your heart with Tomac right now. People want Tomac to win, but you're going to have a hard time finding stats that are going to back it up right now.
Well, let's look. Let's look. He does have the 5th best starting average of all riders, and he's at 6.1. Webb is 6th. So he's close to starting where Webb does.
Yeah, but Webb's picked it up lately. He had some bad starts in the beginning, but he's been doing better.
Yeah, true.
Sorry if you guys see me fidgeting around a lot. I'm still I'm not very comfortable to sit here with my leg and a brace. Anyway, let's talk about Justin Barcia, some spoilers. Barcia really underwhelming in Daytona.
I don't know how he gets the whole shot, but he's in 8th place by the end of the first lap.
Got the whole shot and just didn't finish well. You know, I mean, his average starts, he's gotten a whole shot this season. Or let's see.
He's gotten the whole shot 3 rounds in a row.
8-2-2. Yeah, his starts are really good. His last 5 finishes are 6, 3, 4, 19, 2. So other than those 2 races, he's in the top 5. But yeah, something was weird last week. I mean, whole shot to 6th place.
He's got 4 out of the last 5 whole shots in the mains, and
4 out of the last 5.
I mean, he did top 5 in 3 of those 5 races as well. So.
It blows my mind he hasn't won another race yet. I thought Daytona was going to be the one.
Well,
look at me go.
Every race he's gotten the whole shot in, he wasn't in first by the end of the first lap, which is weird to me.
Still hasn't led a lap since round 1.
Yeah.
And then his last 2 finishes in Arlington are 7-4, and he missed the previous 4 Arlington rounds. Oh, my gosh.
Look at his last 5 starts, 2-2, 5-2, 8.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Nice.
Not bad.
Crushing start.
With those hole shots, I still think it's safe to pick him, personally.
But look at that. He hasn't qualified well, too. He's finishing 15 spots better than where he qualifies this season. He qualified 18th and finished 3rd in Orlando, too. Go figure. So Barcia, kind of another one of those wild cards where you're like,
I feel pretty safe
I still
with
think
Barcia.
he's a consistent top 5 guy.
Where do you have him in your picks, if you even have him in there?
Oh, gosh. I got to pull up my picks to refresh myself here real quick.
I got him in 3rd unless someone can change my mind. Hug from Brazil, Daniel Chuva.
Hola, Daniel. Yep. Como está?
There we go.
Tudo bem?
But I got more faith in Barcia than Tomac to make a top 5. It sounds crazy. But
really? All right. Well, look. Let's get another person on the phone.
The freestyle legend.
The freestyle legend, Mike Mason. I want to hear his thoughts on the whole Ken Roczen, Cooper Webb thing, what he thinks about Eli Tomac. So let's find out what he's been up to these days.
I've been doing freestyle since like 06.
Said he hasn't ridden a dirt bike in a year.
He's been on that golf course.
I know.
Boys?
Mike, what hole are you on right now?
I am not on any hole, but I am 1 beer deep. I had to loosen up the nerves for this phone call.
Oh my, almost as good. It's probably been a while since you've done an interview. Or well, I mean, what have you been up to?
He stays busy.
You were one of the top freestyle MX dudes back in the day, and I know you don't ride as much, but kind of give the people an idea of what you've been up to, because I'm sure I had to ask that question. Like, what is Mike Mason doing?
He's done everything. Announced X Games,
Instagram,
Road X Games, X Fighters.
But if you go to his Instagram, dude, it's golf.
He's in the golf game.
Yeah.
This dude is in it.
Yep.
Yeah, so like a decade ago, I used to do freestyle motocross, and then I lost my hair, got a beer belly, lost my confidence, and now I just golf a bunch, and I still suck at that. So I got that going for me at least.
Hey, Twitch is still doing it with the dad bod.
Yeah,
you got this.
Dad bods are in.
But he has a following, so he kind of has to do it. Like, I can fly right under the radar. I mean, I think you guys are my only friends these days, so it's not too hard.
Hey, I've always been a big fan, no doubt.
But look, we're live right now, and we got some pictures of you. You look like you know how to look like the professional golfer, like Dustin Johnson look-alike over here.
Yeah,
so
he does things.
Yeah. It was just like when I rode. If you're not going to ride very good, you got to at least look cool. And so if I'm not going to golf good, I got to at least dress up a little bit for it.
Yeah.
Striving and thriving.
Got to get those blade irons that you know are only going to hurt your score, but they look good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but if you look at my story, though, I always post a picture of just the irons. I'm like, dude, I'm ready for golf today, and everyone thinks I'm so good because I got the blades, and then I just go out and hobble it right in the water first tee.
That's all right.
All I know is he's like one of the most entertaining follows you can have.
Yep.
Always having fun. So.
I mean, if you're into beer and food that makes you fat and golf, yeah, you can give me a follow. But if you're into dirt bikes, not the page for you.
Sounds like the dream.
No dull moments in his life, dude. I'd love to hang out with Mike someday.
Well, look, Mike.
Anytime.
We were just talking earlier. A lot of talk right now is about Webb and Roczen. Personally, I think Webb is probably one of the craftiest racers we've seen in a long time at just whether it's getting in a rider's head or just making sure you're where you need to be in a race. And we saw that last week where Kenny was a little upset at the end of the race because Webb pushed him wide in that first turn. Give us your thoughts on that. And if you're if you're Cooper Webb, do you have Ken Roczen where you need him? Do you think Coop is in Kenny's head right now?
I think this is stemming back a year or two ago as well when he kept passing him on the last lap and, winning the main event or whatnot. I think Webb's gotten in his head a little bit. I mean, I'm a huge fan of both of them. I like what Webb does. You got to remember, I grew up watching Bradshaw and Matasevich just straight cutting the track and cleaning each other out, and there'd be a little bickering after the race, but then they would still go and race. And it's like,
sure.
I saw a thing Denny Stevenson posted, and he was trying to take out Mike Jones at Marina Cross, and it's like, dude, that's the way racing used to be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you just go in and clean the dude, but if you just push him off the track or something, it's like Webb wants to win, and if Ken wants to win, he should try and do the same thing. I mean, like I said, I'm not condoning any kind of dirty riding, but it's, these guys all want to win.
But pushing him wide in the corner to get track position, come on. That to me is anybody should do that. That's just smart racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what all the fuss was about, honestly. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of both of them. And, if it went the other way, I'd probably be saying the same thing if Webb was kind of bummed. It's, it's racing. Like I said, they're not doing anything intentional. Like if Webb went in there and just straight T-boned him, got all Vince Freeze with him and cleaned him out. That's a different story. But
right.
you know, just to push him off the track or something. I don't see no harm in that.
Was there ever?
I had Vince Freeze behind me.
Was there ever a guy in your era that you competed against a lot that was like kind of like you and or like a Webb and Roczen type thing where you just like you were more concerned about that guy or just like would piss you off and like you just had like that's all you could think about? Did you ever have anything like that?
Yeah. You know who it was too, and this is so weird because we were always really good friends. We grew up in the same. He was like a NorCal racer. I was obviously Reno, Nevada, but it was Rusty Holland.
Oh,
and
wow.
you know, I don't know if a lot of people remember his name or whatnot. He was on the pro circuit team and did some arena cross and stuff back in the day. But dude, we were like grew up together. He's a little older than me, but we grew up together, raced together, and then he would clean me out like in a heat race. Like if they took 4 at an arena cross, we would be in second and third, and he would clean me out, like just put me over the berm. And I'd go in the pits. I'm like, Russ, are you serious? Why'd you do that? And he's all, I didn't even know that was you. I didn't see you. And I'm like, this guy's just straight up blind when he's on the track. Like, he does not see anything.
I didn't know it was you. That's
yeah,
pretty
like
good.
he had no clue that I was like sprawled out over the tough blocks, and he was just qualifying, and I had to go to the LCQ.
Oh, that's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. But, you know, he was always fun to race against. But when he was behind you, dude, arm pump, holding your breath, you name it. I had it all.
Anything could happen at that point.
Yeah.
Well, what about Tomac? Tomac's 24 points down in the championship right now, and because he won Daytona last week, immediately people are high on him right now.
Yeah.
I think him and Roczen are about neck and neck for the most pick rider to win, which I'm still not there with Tomac. I'm glad he got that win, but I think it's going to take a miracle.
Yeah, what's your level of confidence with him?
I have no confidence as far as like the title goes. I could see him getting on a run and winning some races, but I don't think, you know, like, what is it, Roczen and Webb are ahead of him or something like that? And
yeah, 24 up.
Yeah, I can't see them just grenading, you know, and handing it to him. And he is like, to me, as a fan, he is the most confusing rider that I've ever witnessed, I think, because he'll win 5 in a row and then get 18th, 10th. You know, he'll start 8th place and finish 7th. And I'm like, how did this guy just literally beat everyone by 2 minutes for 5 races straight? And now he can't even, like, you know, get 7th place. It's like,
but we haven't even seen, we haven't even seen that this year with Tomac. Like, we haven't seen that race where he comes from 10th and just crushes. Damn. The only races he's won is the first race you could say was gifted when AC and Sexton went down, and then this race he hole shots, but he still only won by a few seconds. It wasn't like we still haven't seen that dominant Tomac, and so
the track definitely helped him.
I mean, he's an animal at Daytona, period. But like I said, he's, you know, and every time I post my pics on Instagram, someone's like, I can't believe you have Tomac in 5th. And then he'll get like 8th, and I have to write the kid back. I'm like, did you see what I saw? Okay, that's where I'm at with him right now. But then when I pick him to win, you know, he like doesn't get nothing. I'm like, geez, dude, he is like, he confuses me. And you know, like I watch a ton of moto, and I don't think I've actually ever seen a dude of his caliber so like up and hot and cold. You know what I mean? Like, usually these dudes get on a run. I mean, like, you know, Dungy, dude, that dude would have a horrible race, but he'd be 4th place. You know what I mean? I've never seen you've never seen Dungy just, you know, 5 seconds off the pace and can't come through the pack and
get 13th at A1.
He's such a mystery. I don't know. I mean, he's done so much. Who knows if he's fine with what he's done? He's got he's got a family now. We don't know what goes on in their heads, but
I don't know.
He's definitely he's a mysterious rider.
Well, one of our viewers said that, you know, he was 24th back in 2017 after 9 rounds, but this is not the same Tomac we saw in 2017, where by this time he has already won probably 4 races or 5 or something. You know what I mean? Like, and he was destroying people. Different Tomac.
That's the thing is, you know, he was just on such a different level, and now you have, you know, 3 or 4 dudes that can stay consistent with him. So it's like coming back from 24 points. Like I said, is Ken going to have a DNF, like where he crashes in the first turn? We don't know, you know, but I highly doubt it. Like, you know, the guys up in front now, they're smart guys. They're not just going to hand the thing over.
Right.
It's tough for me to still pick him, but it's tough to pick pretty much anyone this year. So who
I have been so far off.
I mean, who would be your podium this weekend? What do you got right now?
Who's in your mind right now?
This weekend, where are we at? We're in Texas. Yep. I'm gonna go with Coop for the win. Like, I love his riding style, you know, and then I'll go Roczen second because he's my boy, and you know he always just looks badass on a motorcycle. And then 3rd place, I mean, I don't know. That should be the wild card spot actually in your guys' fantasies. It's like 3rd place is the hardest place to pick, I think.
Oh, no,
it could be Barcia, Plessinger, Tomac. Like, who knows? You know?
Yeah. You think Plessinger's good for another top 5 this weekend? Do you think that podium is what it takes?
I think so. You know, I really believe in the dude. I know he's had some bad luck, and but he's always had a great attitude. I feel like he's never really been defeated. I think Daytona was perfect for him to get on the podium. It's one of the hardest races of the year.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I mean, I've had him a couple times this year. I've had him, you know, in 4th or 5th place. I feel like he's getting there, and I think he can do it. If he gets a good start and just kind of gets through that, you know, first 5 minutes of the race, I think he's got a good chance at it.
Yeah.
Right on.
I mean, to pass Webb like he did, that says something to me.
Yeah.
He just didn't start in front of him and hold him off for a while. No, he caught and passed Webb.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And like I said, that track just suited him. You know, that's his style. And once he gets the ball rolling a little, like if he can get a couple more, you know, let's say 3rd, 4th place finishes, I think he's going to start kind of believing in it. And I think you'll see a lot more out of him.
I agree.
Right on.
I'm just listening to this over here. I'm chilling.
Poor Anderson.
I know.
Yeah, there's some riders who I'm still scratching my head, like Anderson. Like, where has he been? Muscan, not doing well.
Yeah,
Ferrandis.
Osborne kind of up and down. Yeah, this year's been really weird. It's like, you know, like I said, for you guys' fantasy stuff, it has been so hard to.
I mean, really, it's Kenny and Coop, the only 2 solid guys every week.
Yeah, and then I pick Kenny, and he gets 6th place one round. I'm like, oh, sweet. So, you just never know.
You don't. It's all. I mean, you got some stats, but then you pick with your heart. But look, if you guys are watching the show right now, you've got to join Mike's group on Fantasy. It's CLs and SX, and from what I understand, it's Coors Lights and Supercross.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
What else would you want to do on a
We didn't know
Saturday
I was like, we were wondering what CL stood for. Now we know. Well, go join Mike's group. Do some bench race with him. Mike, we appreciate you calling in so much.
Yeah,
good to talk to you. Good to hear what you've been up to.
Yeah, thanks for having me, boys. And, you know, hopefully I can do a little better with my picks for you and spread the love a little better.
That's all right. Well, look, man, no pressure, but if we have like a within 10-point championship for the final 2 rounds in Salt Lake, it's probably a good idea to come out here, play some golf with me, and then watch the races live.
They're throwing it out.
Yeah, I mean, you tell me when, and I'll be there. I have nothing to do now besides Spears, golf.
There are some incredible courses locally here that you wouldn't believe are less than $15 for 18 in a course or in a car.
I'm in. I am in.
Locate a bike too.
Yeah. no, let's just skip the bike because if I have beers or anything, that's when it gets dangerous.
All right. Well, if you want to play some incredible courses for a price you wouldn't believe compared to California, then get out here and we'll do it.
All right, let's make it happen, boys.
All right, man. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see you. Bye. What a good dude.
I love that dude. He reminds me of a kid I grew up with. I've always been a fan of him because he just reminds me of that, and he's just a fun dude.
Yeah.
So
all right,
it's cool to see him playing.
Hope you guys listen to Mike there. He's got Coop and Roczen, which that is right now what I have going on.
I mean, you're going for a long shot if you don't pick one of them, I think.
All right. Tell us about Malcolm Stewart.
Okay, let's get into Malcolm.
This guy, he rode good. Didn't he get 5th? Yeah, he got 5th.
He took 5th.
Oh my goodness.
He stayed up there all the time. I'm on this 1990 computer.
Those star guys figured something out with the bike.
Dude, I'm seeing it's like a Samson syndrome where they both have the hair flowing out the back.
Yeah.
And it's adding to speed. Look where they're finishing.
It's adding to speed.
I mean, last 5 finishes 10-4, 9-7, 5 with starts 7-6, 10-5, 6. Pretty consistent in that 5th to 7th range in starts, which I like.
Okay.
Has finished exactly 4 spots ahead of where he's qualified in the last 2 rounds. Has only started worse than 7th 2 times this year. That's huge.
Yeah, he's doing good. So he would be a good pick for a spoiler for this weekend.
I think he's a good pick for Lit Kit, too. If you see the picture in the background, the purple with the teal garnets and stuff. Ooh.
The man is not lacking in style in any way.
And Garnet know how to make a kit look good. So is Fox. Fox, I feel like, has been crushing it this year, too. There's a lot of good
You miss the Thor cat gear, don't you?
No.
You miss that cat gear.
I do not. I do not miss the Thor cat gear. No, it's been cool to see a lot of LE stuff. So, his company's been killing it.
Hey, you got to mention he's quietly running 5th in points, Malcolm.
Is he really?
Only 10 back from Barcia and 8 points ahead of Muscan. So there's something to be said there.
That is impressive. All right, so Plessinger, we've talked a lot about him, so let's just kind of breeze through that real quick. His last 5 finishes are 3, 9, 6, 11, 5. So he's got 2 top 5s this year. One race, he was 1 spot out. His starts are not very good, though. He got started 3rd last week, but beside that, it was 14, 15, 14, and a 5.
Well, we always said give him a start and see what he can do. We saw what he can do.
Just got to get a start.
He's just going to make it easier on himself.
So if you're banking on that start, he can do it. I like it. All right. He's not gotten back-to-back top 5 finishes ever in a 450 career, even though this is the first year he's ever gotten top 5.
Not yet.
We don't have any history to back that up with, so.
I like that he's making passes within the top 5. You got to mention that. 'Cause some riders get passed in the top 5. He's making passes, so.
Do it for Dale. Woo!
And there's no better dude out there, so.
All right. Marvin Muscan real quick.
What's his last 5 finishes? 11, 3, 7, 2, and 21. DNF last race.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Something about the bike. Pulled off. Said he heard some noise on his engine. It's kind of worrying him, so he pulled off.
His bike was making weird noise. Turned out he got Skrillex going on it or something.
I don't know. He's got 2 podiums this year, but he's just been so up and down. His starts are not good.
No.
5, 4, 13, 8, 16. Just not the Marv we're used to seeing. Yeah, he needs that.
He was in 6th, though. I mean, up until like lap 18 or something.
Yeah, he's doing all right. So. I mean,
he was close.
Yeah, I think Malcolm would have got him regardless.
Guys having weird stuff go on.
I don't know.
Where's he been? On average, has been finishing about 1 position behind where he's qualified. So that finished 3rd and overall in Arlington Triple Crown last season.
He was 3rd overall.
9.44
took 2nd there in 2018.
So he has a strong history.
He's got good history there.
Yeah.
All right. Anderson. Man, I don't know what to do. He is hovering there. His finishes are all within a couple spots, 7, 5, 8, 6, 7. He just needs to put it together. His starts have not been good enough to be consistent up there.
There's nobody I want in the top 5 more than him, probably.
Yeah.
You know he's going to give a good interview. I like his style, but.
He did well in Arlington last year. He went 3.25 in the Triple Crown. His starts were good at 3.53.
Took 4th there in 2018.
It's still not enough for me to go top 5 this weekend.
Me either.
Here's a guy, though, that I would be more what's the word I'm looking for? I would put Chase Sexton. He's our next rider. More confidence putting Sexton in there. He got 8th last round after qualifying 6th, taking 4th in his heat race. It was his first race back in a little bit. He is a guy that would have, at worst, podiumed in one of his first races on a 450. So I look for him. I think the first race he got out of the way, he had that back crash in qualifying. So now I see him as getting the first one out, getting through it. But now, let's rock and roll.
The whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth on this man. I don't have as much confidence in him.
Where do you come up with these things?
Dude, I'm sorry. I like Sexton. I was yelling at him not to get caught the whole time in the main. But I don't know.
The whole tooth and nothing but the tooth.
We have the clip of him just bowing out to Barcia around that turn.
Yeah, he's probably getting a little tired, a little tight, man. It was his first race back from a while.
That really, I was bummed out on that. Like, dude,
right here,
hold on to the position, bro.
Barcia was on a mission.
I know it's Barcia here, though.
I know it's Barcia still, but mistake or not, dude, come on.
He couldn't get back in that rut.
Dive it back in there.
Oh, bro, not worth it.
Dive it
You're
back
not
in
the
there.
Point
You already
chase.
lost a tooth. Just go for it, bro.
Not worth it. Sexton made the right move there.
That
Come on,
move
dude.
didn't sit well with me. He's got to fight harder than that for me to be picking him.
I don't know what planet William Schumann is on right now. He's got Tomac first, Kenny 6th, and then Webb DNF.
No, we don't ever want to wish that on anybody.
Barcia back in Texas. I don't know what that means, Steven. Does that mean he's winning? Podium? Sexton 4th, Mookie 5th. That's not bad. I like that. Matter Ferguson. All right.
That's sounds good, but who do you take out?
I don't know, but Chase Sexton would be a good top 5 pick. His starts have been good.
I like Sexton, but I'm not picking him. No chance.
Ugh.
All right.
I
don't know. Even with a good start, he seems to have something happen, or I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not as confident with Sexton, but it's not personal. It's just fantasy.
Well, let's talk about wild card. It's 15th. We've got some good stats here. This is important.
15th's tough.
Well, I feel like the wild card, you have better stats to back it up than like 4th or 5th place right now.
Yeah, I mean, anyone could take that.
Yeah,
but
look.
The rider to take 15th overall this year has qualified 17th in the past 2 rounds. So see who's in the 17th spot. The rider to take 15th overall has been qualifying on average at 15.3 on the whole season.
Only 2 riders have taken 15th more than once this season, and we've got them. Freezy. He is one of them. Okay, DAVALOS has done it twice. He's taken 15 twice. Vince Freeze, the wild card champ, has done it 3 times. And Martin DAVALOS has been 14th to 16th 6 times this season.
I saw someone, I think they commented on our Instagram, she said that anytime the wild card's past 10th, you pick Freezy because she thinks he just does that on purpose to hit the wild card every spot.
The thing with Martin, though, is I feel like he either is going to get you the wild card or he's going to crash out.
Yeah. Well, Martin and Freezy, either one easily could take it, but what reasoning do we have behind each one of them? Let's go to DAVALOS.
All right.
Has finished within 14th to 16th range 6 times this season. That's out of 9 rounds.
Ugh.
And has finished exactly 15th twice. Last 3 finishes 16, 17, 16. Starts all over the map, 22, 9, 19. One of the rounds he finished 15th. He also qualified there. And finishing about 3.5 spots behind where he qualifies on average.
All right. Well,
that helps you.
Mitchell Oldenburg took 15th last round. He qualified 17th. He's not, I feel like, a good pick. One rider, though, that's high on my list that you and I were talking about is Max ANSTIE. We got Oldenburg up there? Yeah.
You got to mention Oldenburg. A lot of people might not think of him. And ANSTIE.
ANSTIE, look, he took 14th. Been there a lot. Took 14th. I feel like ANSTIE's a guy who's a good pick. In fact, I have him right now currently in my wild card spot.
Yeah, I like him.
I think ANSTIE would be a good pick for that.
I mean, he went right to the main out of the heat. He's not dealing with no LCQs, which I like.
Look, Chiz is going to chiz. His last 5 finishes is 17, 20, 19, 17, 15.
You have a theory on Chisholm, though. Is he safe to pick for 15th or not?
Here's my theory on Chiz. His goal is to make the night show. He doesn't care where he finishes. He gets paid to be on the gate when that main event gate drops. After that, he's cruising around, and if you're getting a 17th to a 20th, it's probably because there's 2 or 3 other riders behind you that DNF'd. That's my take on it.
He's not gonna push it.
No.
Too hard. He's gonna get a start where he starts.
There's no money for a 13th or a 14th when you're already in 17th. You're going to take what you get and take your money and go. So
that is messed up. Oldenburg is out. He's not racing this weekend. So
Benny Bloss. Benny Bloss has been so all over the map. I don't even think.
New papa.
Yeah.
He is a new papa.
He means he's not sleeping. So last 5 finishes are not spectacular. He's just kind of all over the map. So it's not looking very good for him as a wild card spot.
Congrats to him, though, on the baby.
Yeah.
Look at his finishes, though. 13, 22, 14, 19. I've picked him for a wild card around, I think it was 14th or 15th earlier this season, and he took like 20th. So
he's just had a lot of things go wrong. Yeah. Average finish is 17.38. He's off my list. McElrath's another one where
I'm high up on McElrath.
If he's got to make the main event first.
But you can't not make the main, bro.
True.
What is going on?
His average finish in the 2 mains this year are 15.5, though.
So if he makes it in there, he could be around that range.
I mean, he'll make the main event. That was a fluke. I think McElrath will make the main event.
He got wiped out in the sand in the heat.
Yeah.
Kind of not his fault. I mean, not much you could have done there.
Yeah, but then he just had a bad start in the LCQ.
He got a bad start, yep. That's why you don't want to go to the LCQ.
Didn't make it happen.
Anything can happen there.
True story. Look.
You know what? I might go with McElrath now that I'm thinking about it.
Alex Ray for the wild card? Alex Ray is kind of one of those guys I feel like Chiz. Makes the night show, just wants to cruise it in safe after that.
You know what? Let's back it up with some stats.
What? With who?
On Ray.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, I won't do it.
All right. Well, let's talk about some prizes here. Let's talk about what is up for grabs this week, why you want to be playing RMFantasySX. And while we're doing this, comment below. Let us know what your picks are for this weekend. Christian and I will give you our picks here in just a minute. But for weekly prizes, here is what we got. We got a Moto 9 Carbon Flex helmet, set of Bridgestone Battlecross tires, Fast Houses in the mix, Pro Taper, Fox Casual, LS2 Subverter Evo helmet, Scott goggles, Fly Racing Rockstar Roller Grande bag, CBMD prize pack.
Sweet.
Cherubies.
Signed Chad Reed memorabilia in there too, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And we have 90 Rocky Mountain ATVMC gift cards.
I like it. And I lied too. Here's your Alex Ray overall finishes this year, 22, 18, 20.
Okay, thank you.
Out on my wild.
He's only made 3 mains.
Yeah, let's go back to the grand prizes.
Okay.
I mean, the overall leaderboard is tightening up.
It's tied. First and second place are tied.
There's a bunch of ties in the top 10.
Come on now.
I mean, people are getting in each other's heads. You got to put in that little bit extra in practice.
Bogle's been riding good. Don't put him in the wild card.
No, Bogle's better than that. 9th and 10th the last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Hey, while we talk about prizes, we do one last poll. Just want to see who people have for the win.
Oh, I thought we did that one earlier. Oh, we did Tomac.
Yeah, where did
we finish, right?
I don't even have him in my top 5.
All right. Yeah, so do the poll right here. Vote, and then put the number of the rider that you think is going to win. Is it Kenny, Tomac, Webb, Barcia, or other? Could be other.
Schumann needs that fast house gear.
That's true. Get it. All right. So let's talk about grand prizes, though. First place, KTM 450 SXF Factory Edition. Second place gets a 250 two-stroke SX, all decked out. These aren't stock bikes, by the way. We put a ton of really good parts on them.
Custom suspension.
That's right. Dunlop tires for a year, the 33s. We're giving away a $2,500 spending spree to Rocky Mountain.
Be nice to have.
A lot of gear you could buy. You could buy that Fast House gear if you didn't win it.
Yep.
Let's see. Alpine Stars Gear Casual Spending Spree. We got Tusk Megabyte Tires and Wheel Kit for you UTV people out there. Milestone Video Game Supercross for the game with an HDR TV and a console.
Isn't that out? It's coming out soon.
So, yeah. Fly Racing Gear Package, Stay6 Stability Cycle and accessories, and Motion Pro Tools Prize Pack.
It's a great prizes.
Yes, sir.
All free to play, free to win. So.
Gosh, think of all you could buy with $2,500. That's
I
so
have a feeling I could spend it pretty quick.
You could.
Even though I'm in the UTV body shape.
All right. Well, look, join our Discord channel. Go to the bench race with us throughout the week and during the races. We like to see memes on there.
The memes were flowing.
Yeah, that link is in the description of this video if you want to chat with us on the Discord. Two, if you have some cool videos like we did earlier this year, if you have somebody who's getting a little emotional, a little carried away in the races, record it. You can send it to us.
We want to see what you do while you're playing and watching. We got the emotional reactions. We got the trophies.
That's right.
Let us know what your group's doing, all that.
We got all the good stuff. So do that. Join our group, the RMFantasy Experts. Join Mike Mason's groups. We talked about that. So look at, all right, Webb and Kenny have the most votes. It's kind of
tied right now.
Yeah, tied. Interesting. That's kind of what this. Well, right now, as far as players' picks go, it's between Roczen and Tomac. But Roczen, Tomac, and Webb are really close this week.
Who are you going with? Let's lock them in. Don't forget to do that.
Here's my picks: Cooper Webb, Ken Roczen, Justin Barcia, Aaron Plessinger. Marvin Muscan is kind of iffy for me. I might swap him out.
Yeah, Barcia in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I have Max ANSTIE for some reason, dude. I just got a feeling for 15th for the wild card.
No Tomac in your top 5.
Oh, yeah.
No Sexton in your top 5.
My goodness. Some things might get pushed around here. Yeah.
All right.
I'll think about it.
Just bringing it up. I'll lock mine down in the meantime. I'm going with Roczen. I think he's motivated, especially after that interview.
Yeah.
Which I do have to say, quit hating on the man. We give him a hard time. I like that he's honest and open. He says what he's thinking, so
it's true.
We can't give him too hard of a time or he'll turn into like a robot up there just naming sponsors. I don't like that. So second place, I got Cooper Webb. Third place, Justin Barcia. Fourth place, I'm going with a different star Yamaha, Malcolm Stewart. And fifth place, I'm going with El Hombre. He's got to do it eventually.
Okay.
And Max ANSTIE in for 15th for now, but it's going to be between him and McElrath.
Sounds
I might
good.
Change it late.
All right, everyone. There you have it. Our picks are locked in. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for watching. Remember, we will be back with you on Monday evening to go over Arlington 2. So hit that calendar notification or button, whatever it is, on the fantasy page.
Add it to your device.
Don't forget to get your picks in. I am Chase.
I'm Christian.
We'll see you soon.